Quint Jarek's Tower. Carla Jarek's Tower. Let's go meet with Quint first. Ah, shit. These are massive levels. This is less of a tower and an entire castle on its own. And they're filled with undead. Of course they are. And traps.
I'm gonna rip your head off and make it
Feel the chill touch of the grave! It is certain as death itself. The task is done. Death and damnation! The Silent Lord take you! The task is done.
Letter to Quint Jarek. Dear Brother Quint, here are the alchemical instructions you requested on your last pilgrimage to the temple. Hopefully they will be of use to you as you continue to bring the people of Charwood to the Morning Lord's grace. May the dawn ever greet you, Brother Brightmane. Notes on crafting divine potions. Yeah, it's basically healing potions. Might be some less or something like that. Either way, I'm not interested.
The task is done.
Holy Urn. Remove disease. Resurrection. Very unlikely to ever use those. Because what happens when we die? We die. What happens when Grimnar dies? He'll just fade away and is at the temple. So how the hell am I supposed to use these? Resurrect anyone? Either someone didn't think this through, or I don't understand how they're supposed to work in this game. Go Ravager. I need to be the one it attacks. It's using slashing attacks. I should have no trouble tanking it for long enough. It's going down already. Statue of the deity Lathander, the Morning Lord. It feels cold to the touch, it seems void of any divine presence. Been defiled. And the bastard is leveled ready.
It is certain as death itself.
Candelabra's dim light does not make the bloodstained pages any more legible. Judging by the pictures and size of the font, it was a children's book.
It is certain as death itself. The task is done. The task is done.
Mascaran Tome of Death. There should be a Mascaran Tome of Fire here too.
Feel the chill touch of the grave!
There really need to be a similar group of undead in every room of the building. I mean, this is just a storeroom. Why would they spend their time here? Let's think about this level for a moment. What you really want is very few sites. So bloodstained books, and they're in multiple forms for no particular reason. You want the alchemical lab, probably the Shrine of Lathander, and Quintureg. So is there really any point in making this massive level? It seems to have a lot of totally unnecessary rooms. And it's like every 10 paces we're meeting the same exact enemy group here. It just seems that there's too much of an area here in general. It serves no real purpose.
It is certain as death itself.
It's just pointless filler. Same with the monsters.
The task is
Little
done.
variation in what we encounter, and they don't seem to have any real purpose here. It's just a mix of undead creatures. There's no real theme or reason going behind that. Why are they here? Why are skeletons, vampires, and spirits here all at the same time? I'm assuming that's something to do with the fact that Lathander, I think, is sort of a anti-undead. So if there's corruption or of some person of a Lathander's fate, and I guess this area represents quint to some extent. They would be undead here. I guess I'm somewhat bothered with the placement of them. The fact that naturally that they're just repeating the same groups all over and over, but more the fact that it's like if someone's afraid that if you don't encounter an enemy group every few seconds while you run here, that something bad is going to happen. Like, this can't be a place with some choice encounters or just enemies in certain places. Every room has to have the same enemy group, even storage rooms, where they have no business in being. It could be that my sort of preference towards campaigns where experience is provided more through questing than killing might be come from the fact that if you have such a design from the start, it sort of makes placing random monsters all over the place totally pointless. It serves no purpose, because you don't really get loot from monsters. And if you don't need to get experience either, why put them in the first place? So I guess there's a tendency to at least give a little bit of thought why you are putting monsters in a place. Sometimes less is more. And you could have made, I suppose, some kind of encounters out of these undead instead of just having fights. You have your few areas, you might have a sort of designed sort of a scene there with the undead. Something's happening. They're doing something there. So it's not just standard undead group number 11 in here. Walking around doing nothing. Where are you going? Ooh. Bodak, impossible. With their grey careless flesh and empty white gaze, Bodaks are the undead remains of those who have been destroyed by the touch of evil. I think they have a instant death ability of some sort. Well, it didn't use it, so it's going down.
Okay, everyone follow me and see how it's done.
Bodak's tooth. Suppose we could carry one.
Dark.
It's the same exact thing as with the other book. Children book of some kind.
Death comes for us all! Ha! Feel the chill touch of the grave!
We need the key in the first place if we can just bash the doors.
It is certain as death itself. Ha!
Still telling me what you got.
Stay back, dead one! I have fire to fight fire, you know! Fire to fight fire!
I've come as a judge. You'll be my judge, but I'm not ready. I've just begun a new stage of my punishment. I'm going mad, I know. It helps me feel the pain more clearly. Did you see a ghost stealing children from the village? That was me. Guilt is the gift that keeps on giving, you see. Over and over and over. Get to the point. I read to the children and saw them die. But not Carla, no. I stole his phylactery. I gave it to Lathander to destroy. But all for naught. That doesn't really explain things. What role did your brother play in this? Carla? He wanted death. He wanted everything. I stole it from him. Of that I am sure. I stole death from all of us. Do you know what a phylactery is? Yes, it's like a jewel in how it glistens, like a corpse in how it feels. I touch it, I stole it, I give it away. It's an abomination of the undead, a trap for the soul. I sought to destroy it, but instead I destroyed us all. What judgment do you long for? Do what you will with me. I have my punishments planned from here on to eternity, and plenty in between. But destroy the phylactery. Destroy it, that is all I ask. Maybe then the souls of this place can know Lathander's peace once more. Will you give that as a written oath? Will the punishment of the abyss be harsher than here in Limbo? Will I have a retinue of demons to lash me as I walk? If so, I yearn for it. Take my written oath of every word I've uttered here, press it into the Guardian, and stand in judgment. Present it to the Guardian. Okay, there's still one more room here. We might as well go and see what's there. Doesn't seem like there's really anything of interest going on in these places, but you never know.
I'm gonna rip your head off!
I still don't see how the children are in any way.
Feel that chill!
I get the other guy wants to be a lich because he has a phylactery. That's pretty much the only reason to have a phylactery. But there's no need for children to become a lich.
It is certain as death itself.
Journal of Queen Jarek. Wonder if a journal is going to make a difference.
Death and damnation!
2 days until midwinter. It seems so odd of Carla to suggest we have a party for the village children. Normally he hates it when even just a few of them show up asking to be read to. The whole village, he said, trying to sound gruff. Every child, I want them all in the library on Midwinter Night. A thunder be praised. I think I've finally found a soft spot in the old rascal. That's the thing with children, they tend to grow on you. After the village then, to spread the good news.
The task is done.
So, Carlot used his brothers to lure the children in here to do something. Some kind of a dark ritual, probably. But we'll see. If Quinn has a journal, Carlot probably has a journal too. Yeah, another massive level. Demons this time. I think I want to change the build. These are using blunt attacks. And the armor provides a little bit of a slashing protection already. So, let's go. Summon Red Slad. Every Red Slad can summon another Red Slad.
Ooh, now you got me mad!
Grimgnaw is dead.
Feel the chill touch of the grave!
Ooh, now you got me mad!
And they have some kind of stunning ability too, probably. Okay, this is gonna be a lot more complicated than I thought.
Get him!
heal up, but I don't really care if I die or not. Dying in many ways would be easier at this point. Our hits dice rolls 1, 3, 1. One. Oh my god.
To be told.
Hey,
Carla Jarek.
get him!
Feel the chill.
And Grim Nice going down again. Fire Elemental has amazing damage reduction. Yeah, Grim Nice will not survive. Ugh. Oh, fuck's sake. Well, it's out to be fair, it's dangerous opponent. I wonder what type of damage it does. Slashing. No. Probably block. Or piercing. I don't know. No idea what the damage resistance is doing. It's absorbing amount of damage that makes no sense. Ah, it's because it's absorbing the fire damage. That makes sense. Again.
To be told.
I could have just used the heal, I suppose, but... This is easier. Okay, I don't particularly want to talk to Carla yet. I need to find
It is
this
certain as death itself.
journal.
The task is done.
Rapier. Well, it doesn't matter what it is, we're not a rapier user. because this is what we needed. Hopefully there aren't any more gigantic fire elementals of whatever interval. And fire elementals spawning from out of nowhere. That's excellent. Well, they're much weaker ones. Yeah, take red for a second.
Death and damnation!
Mascar and Tome of Fire.
The task is done.
Oh, crafting components. Not really interested. Even if we would get a chance to craft these weapons and armors again, I'm not really interested.
Get him! I'm gonna rip your head off and make it my puppet! Get him!
Silent Lord, take you!
Okay, surely there's something worthwhile here somewhere.
It is certain as death itself. The task is done.
Fire beetles. Well, the demons I sort of got. Why are there fire beetles here? Picking up these crafting components just in case, because it seems like the game is pushing quite a lot of them our way at the moment, so maybe they have a purpose here. We can dump them when we get back to civilized lands again.
The task is done.
Harlot's Burning Wand. Burning Hands, 1 charge per use, 5 charges. So Jarla Key.
The Silent Lord take you!
Still haven't found the man journal. Carla's protection wand. Okay. That's a little bit. What do they want us to do with them? It has to be something important for them to provide us with the actual items, because if it was optional you could just ignore that. Mage could easily do it, but no other class. Maybe bards, any kind of divine casters really.
Feel the chill touch of the grave!
The only reason really to provide wands is to allow everyone to do it. We're getting burning hands and protection from evil. Or protection from good rather, if we want to use it. Protection from alignment. Why are you giving this to me, game? You don't normally do this.
The task is done. It is certain as death itself. The task is done.
By the dim light of this candelabra, you can decipher the book's ragged text. My research into the summoning of the demon Belial, Lord of Fire, continues. This rugged work and my robes are little more than ashen rags as a result. I must persevere, however, for only Belial knows the phylactery I seek, a vessel that only the gods have the power to destroy. Yes, Belial is the Lord of Fire, so aside from the customary casting of protection from evil, it shall also take fire to summon him. I am sure that the belly of the fire beetle is the proper reagent, but what spell? I have cast every high-level fire spell there is upon that creature, to no effect. I have tried even those of mid-level, and there is nothing. There is but one fire spell of all those known, but that can't be it. I haven't cast that since I was a mischievous child. Still, I must try. Journal.
The task is done.
Part of me feels guilty for having tricked my brother into such a crime, but it was necessary. I'm growing old and my research is not done. These northern wastes are a brutal land, so full of magic. If only I could be undying. then my studies could go on unhindered by this call of mortal flesh. I can't hear Quint's voice cutting through the walls as he reads to the children in the library. I can hear their laughter. Belial says they must die tonight, all of them, all the children of Charwood. It is a grim task, but for a greater good, I swear to it. Must be blood tonight if I am to bind my soul to that phylactery. Really typical Lich transformation, except that the phylactery is supposedly at least be undestroyable by through mortal means.
Ooh, now you got me mad!
I suppose we're gonna summon the demon and talk to him to see what the hell is. Maybe he can provide some extra information now. Grimno, maybe you should just stay here.
Whoa! Slow down, hotshot!
I'm not sure if I want to cast protection wands or protection from evil on everyone, so you don't probably want to be near a demon without protection from evil. Impossible. First prize. Carlad, is that you? Wait, what do you want of Belial, mortal? Speak quickly, half-orc fool. Your magic protections will not last long in this place. What do you require of the Fire Lord? Persuade. Make me more powerful by your magic. I require the assistance of a magical item. I command you to give me an item of the greatest power. Yeah, there's no way in hell I can persuade him to do anything. And I don't think we have a lot of time, so I come as the judge and demand only answers. You fleshling, you are the judge? Then my charade is over, for you command me as none other has before. Were you a witness or a participant in this crime? Where does the crime begin? Where does it end? A crime is not an event, it is a threat that must be followed through the wheel. You see, it was I who first planted the seed of slaughter in Carlat's mind. He was but a weapon and it was my hand that controlled him. Quint was a weapon of a weapon, a servant slave. It was he who brought the children in and Carlat who cast the spell that killed them. It was I alone who stayed silent in the knowledge that the slaughter held no meaning. Carlat's ritual did not require it, but I chose to tell him otherwise. Why did you do it? Thus is the nature of demons, Judge. Why is there needless suffering in the world? Why is there injustice and strife and tyranny? It is because of us. I don't believe that. No, I don't really believe that. He's trying to draw similarities between what Carlat and Quint did, but they're not the same. He's trying to say Carlat is an unwitting tool, similar to Quint was, but Carlat did a choice. He knowingly exchanged children's lives for power. Yeah, he still did it for the greater good, at least in his mind, but he made the choice of actually killing others to enhance his own power. He's the one who had a choice here as far as the mortals are concerned. I don't see... I don't really say that Belial isn't to blame either, because without him, Carla naturally would not have killed the children either. But the point is, Carla would have done anything to go after the power, probably paid any price for the greater good. So he still did the act. He could have chosen that there has to be another way, that he's not willing to pay the price. So I would still blame mainly on Carlat. Demon in a more... I feel that Demon is less to blame also in the sense that it's in his nature. Would you believe something a demon tells you? That you have to do it because the demon tells you? Would you trust the demon? It's by nature, at least in this universe. I'm not talking about the real world, but in D&D there is true evil and goodness, and demons are, I think, chaotic evil, which means they don't give a shit about anything. Within their world, if you can do it, basically, that's reason enough to do something. Devils are a little bit different. They are lawful evil variety, which means they have a organization hierarchy. They keep their word, but they still try to cheat at a return. But they won't go against the letter of the law. They'll try to still wiggle out of the spirit of the agreement, but not the letter. So. And they have hierarchies, organizations. Chaotic evil demons basically respect power. They serve others because they're more powerful than they are, or not because there's any kind of hierarchy or command structure. Simply because the one at the top is able to lead through their ability and power alone. So it's in his nature to do this. Yeah, it's evil, but it was born evil. It's born to do evil in everything. Spread evil, tear down orderly society, order in general. So it feels wrong to blame all the evils of the world on it. Will you give this as your written oath? If it means an end to my accursed bondage to this place, then I will gladly give it. There, take it and make of it what you will. Bargain has been fulfilled. Perhaps next time, I'll summon you.
Don't just stand there! Crack some heads!
Is there an actual Yeah, written oath of the demon Belial, Lord of Fire. In some ways, I think we could blame him,
It
but
is certain as death itself.
it takes away agency from people in general. It's like if a demon takes some kind of
The task
influence,
is
the
done.
people have no choice. It's automatically the demon's fault. And that makes very little sense to me. It's an argument you could make, but it would be an argument you make because you want to avoid the consequences, not because that's how things work.
Comes for us all!
We're not unwitting machines or puppets. I guess it's if you believe people are capable of deciding their own fate or make their own choices, or if a demon has influence, it's automatically everything is the demon's fault. See what Carla has. Let's see what Carlot has to say for himself. Quint was very eager to take all the blame. Yeah, he's a lich.
Judge, is that you? I don't remember. It's so hard to string my thoughts together one to the next.
Are you Carla Jarek? Yes, that's my name. It's been so long since I've heard someone speak it. The last one to do so was my brother. Quint. Yes, it was him. He was responsible. He invited all the children of the village to this tower, and he began to read to them. It was horrible. The blood. It was everywhere. Every one of them died. Every child. He's gone mad, you know. My younger brother has gone mad. I arrived there too late. I rebuked him, and he groveled there before me. He said he did it for me, or for the love of an older brother. I unleashed a fire against him, but he fled and stole my most powerful artifact, my phylactery, and made use of it. Now we are all stuck here because of him, pressed like flowers between the pages of the Book of Time. So Carla is lying. He's not exactly... There's no way I can say that he's not to blame for this. He only did what he did, and he's trying to escape responsibility. Why would Quint do such a thing? He was young and foolish, with no understanding of the arcane arts, no understanding of the world in which we wizards operate. We consort with demons and keep imps as our familiars, but does that make us evil? Perhaps he performed the unspeakable act in an effort to earn my respect, my affection. Perhaps he wanted to prove himself before his brother. What about Lathander and the Guardian? What good is a god of the dawn if he traps us in this eternal night? My brother prayed to him before the madness came on. The Guardian may claim Lathander did not stand in judgment, yet Quint wanders the village freely, while I rot in here forever, in this wretched half-form. Is this your journal? Why, yes. Yes, the hand is mine. What does it say? I have half forgotten.
I wanna go home. Wake up. Please wake up.
You sought on death out of greed for knowledge. Is a greed for knowledge any different than greed for love? A greed for justice? Before you judge me, judge yourself. What? That makes no sense to me. I think he's trying to obfuscate the issue. Certain acts, whatever the reasons don't really matter all that much. The act itself is evil. The reasons might...
I wanna go home. Wake up. Please wake
They don't make the acts good or evil, but the likely consequences, because of your reasoning, do make the act more understandable. Murdering someone is always evil, but murdering someone in order to achieve a rather more favorable outcome can be understandable, and you can just at least somewhat of a justification for the act, and but others have to judge it. Still doesn't mean that the actual killing wasn't an act of evil. You acted on the advice of someone named Belial. Belial. I know that name. Yes, he was a demon I consorted with. He was the one who gave me the phylactery and taught me to use it. Why, the summoning room is just down the hall. Maybe he would know the truth of things. You tricked your brother into the crime. I needed the blood. It was necessary. Without it, how could I protect the village? It was a high price, but it would have meant a bright future. That's all it said. Will you give me that as a written oath? I have suffered here long and long, tormented by forgetfulness amidst this endless pall of smoke. I would only be too glad. Here, take it, my written oath of every word that I have uttered here. Present it to the Guardian and let us have our judgment. Yeah, I'm dumping the blame on Carlad. There's no way you can blame Quint. He didn't have any motive, or basically... He had no intention of ever harming the children. So even though his acts might have been instrumental in bringing them harm, he didn't mean harm, and no reasonable consequences of what he did actually could have been seen as leading to the death of the children. So it's impossible to blame on him. Carlat's actions were intentionally to harm the children and use others in order to reach that goal. So he's definitely to blame. His intention was to kill them, and the likely consequence of his action was the death of the children, and the children died. So intention, likeliest outcome, or likely outcome in the sense that what would be the predictable outcome of his actions. So if it's something his actions would have been evil even though something had happened that the children would not have died. He would have still tried to murder them. And the consequences all were negative too. So in all areas, before, during, and the act itself and the following consequences, what Carla did was evil all the way through. Belial was the instigator in many ways, but he carries part of the blame. But in many ways, it's like telling someone to go kill someone. The other one who he still has to make the call. He's still the one who's deciding. You're partially to blame. Legally, you might even carry the same sentence, but there's the mitigating factor that it's a demon that told you to do it. So it's not like there's any kind of real justification behind that either. He told you to do an evil act for selfish reasons, and you did it. He carries part of the blame, but Carla, I think, is the only one who can be really judged here. I don't know how you would judge a demon anyway. They're immortal beings. If you kill them, they just return to the plane they originate from and just form up from thin air. So...
Greetings, Judge. Do you bring with you the oaths of the brothers Jarek?
Yes. Which oaths do you bear? Both Quints and Carlats. Thank you. Are you prepared to stand in judgment? Yes, I'm ready. Quint and Carlat Jarek, I summon you unto the court of judgment. Greetings, Lady Guardian. Greetings, Judge. All of us with faces dour, waiting for the judgment hour. I swear to God, if you start rhyming here, I'll blame the whole thing on you. You know well the charges that the Morning Lord has brought against you. On a midwinter night long ago, the children of Charwood were brought here and slaughtered. You, the accused, have each spoken in your defense, and given your written oath to the judge before you. Our souls long for rest, Lady Guardian, and our hearts for justice. Hold your tongue, Carlat. You have had your say and given your oath. That is all this court requires of you. Now it is time for that judge to decide the fate of us all. Judge, what is your ruling? Okay, find Quint guilty, find Carlat guilty, find neither Quint nor Carlat guilty. I think that's the demon option. I find Carlat guilty. Destroy the phylactery. No, phylactery's everything. Quint, you have been found innocent in the judge's eyes. Be free from your madness and die knowing that your brother's soul shall not be tainted by undeath. At last the madness ends. The phylactery has brought nothing but evil to this house. Come, brother, now we both can rest. I do thank you for my freedom, Judge. Long have I stood watch over this castle. I have but one question. What brought you to your judgment? Okay, don't answer. Choose randomly. Found Quint's cause to be the most just, or Carlat's story didn't hold up to scrutiny. Wise is the judge who sees beyond the surface. Do you wish now to hear Lathander's version? Sure. That a slaughter of children happened within these hall walls one midwinter's night is beyond refute. Less clear, however, are the events that led to such a crime. Indeed, it was Quint Jarek who gathered up the village children for a party within the castle library. I did, Judge. Never will I forgive myself. And it was his brother Karlat who tricked him into doing so and who cast the spell that caused the slaughter. Karlat sought to become a noble Baelnorn, you see, and had been told that the blood of innocence would be required. I made it quick, just a moment of pain. I was told that they would be returned to life as soon as I finished my ceremony, but I never finished. It was the demon Belial who told him that lie, twisting Karlat's good intentions to an evil end. The phylactery was at the heart of it. Karlat needed it, Belial gave it, Quint stole it. Lathander confiscated it, I guarded it, and you judged its fate. It is done. To all assembled then, Lathander declares this court adjourned. When you leave, I shall seal the castle doors, and you shall never return. May the judge always know the blessings of the Morning Lord. Yeah, I still don't think Karlat has any case to stand on. If he was so worried about good being achieved, he should have tried to make sure, at the best of his abilities, that such things that he wanted will be accomplished. The security will be guaranteed, the research continues on. There's no necessity for him personally to guarantee that. So there's no... And I don't think this form of leech transformation is the only one available. More so, if he knows about leech transformation, you should know that undead don't think like the living. They don't have the same values, they don't think the same, they don't care about the same thing. So even though you can transform into a lich, it's hard for any long term to retain your motivations the same. So it would not guarantee this place safety. In many ways it probably would cause him to slowly lose interest in what's actually going into the village. Focus on more his own doings. So it wouldn't, I don't think it would even achieve what he at least proclaims he wanted to achieve. Mayor Motley. Look how the light shines through the leaves again. See all you've done. I stayed behind to thank you. I did it for my own reasons. Good deeds can come, even from ill intent. We are all free to go now. The entire town. We leave these woods to the animals. And to you. Goodbye, Judge. You have served us well. Jaguars. Polar bears. Come on, polar bears. He wanted to make a sort of a next level of bear at the Bob Brown bear. Just make a call it a Kodiak bear or something. It looks like the town's in ruins and there's nothing of value here. Ooh, yeah, we're just gonna leave and report our success. I think there's a good chance we might be able to complete the companion quest now. Don't know what Grimgnoll would want though. We can ask.
It is of vital importance that you... Have you yet discovered any new information? This is good news. What have you discovered?
Show her letter to Solomon.
The cult sought to strike against you through an agent, did they? Fortunate for us that their efforts proved fruitless. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. Fortunately, it does mention where more cultists... Have you found any other information?
Charwood Cultist Journal.
The ramblings of a madman. One has to wonder what this cult hoped to achieve in that haunted place. This information suggests that this Moghrim and his cult are to be found within Luskan. I do wonder, however, if this is not some attempt on their part to deceive us. Perhaps they meant for you to find this? I would like you to continue your investigation, just in case. I need a second piece of information that supports the first to be absolutely certain it is the truth. We can afford no mistake. Then I wish you...
Okay. Still, we've done 2 of the 3 places we were supposed to do.
Is there something you need?
Just want to talk for a while. I am a monk of the Order of the Long Death. I am defined by the customs, tenets, and beliefs of my order. Simply put, I worship death. Understand, I care nothing for the petty gods who squabble over and lay claim to death's portfolio, for I serve death itself, the silent lord who rules us all. Tell me about your order. We of the Long Death train, study and serve our masters. We strive to transcend the earthly world through mental discipline and philosophical understanding of death. We worship the very essence of the Silent Lord, and we honor the tools that prepare us, all for our inevitable, inescapable end. Pain, suffering, torment, agony. Our beliefs are difficult for most to accept, and the Order of the Long Death has many powerful enemies. What enemies? Our embrace of the Silent Lord has brought us into conflict with many who do not understand the beauty of death. Many fear their mortal end. For most, we will simply use pain, anguish, torture, and suffering to release them from this fear. We will prepare them for the cold embrace of the Silent Lord. But there are some who go to extremes to avoid their fate. They use foul rituals and dark necromancy to deny the Silent Lord that which is his due. You're talking about the undead, right? The undead are a foul abomination, a denial of the natural order. We of the Long Death are in constant conflict with necromancers and their minions. I have seen firsthand the horrors of a war with the undead.
Is there some...
I am not eager to dredge upon those memories, but if we are to stand together, you deserve to hear the tale. Shortly after I had come to join the Order of the Long Death, one of my fellow monks returned to the monastery with ill news. He had discovered the lair of a powerful lich. Our service to the Silent Lord demands that we destroy such an affront to death, so we march forth to destroy the foul creature and end its unholy existence. I myself never faced a lich in battle. I was one of many assigned the task of destroying the lich's zombie and skeleton servants. Never have I felt such revulsion or terror during a battle. What's so scary about zombies and skeletons? They aren't so tough. There is beauty in death. The exquisite agony of a mangled soldier's screams well up in a glorious crescendo before ending on a single perfect note of eternal silence. The writhing torment of a flailing body is transformed into the magnificent truth of a frozen corpse, forever stilled. But when a corpse is not still, when the dead continue to shamble and stumble forward in a gross caricature of a living flesh, where is death's beauty then? I didn't realize you were so squeamish. My order killed scores of zombies in the crypt that day. Their bodies disintegrated beneath my blows in a shower of rotting flesh. Yet they pressed inexorably forward. But the true horror was yet to come. From the back of the tomb where the highest-ranking monks of the order battled the Lich herself, waves of dark necromancy spilled out over the battlefield. Several of my companions had fallen during the battle, and as the foul spell touched their corpses, they clambered to their feet, zombies under the will of the enemy we sought to destroy. You mean you had to kill some of your own companions? We do not fear death, and had I been able to bring the Silent Lord's touch to my fallen comrades, I would not have felt such revulsion at this memory. But a zombie has no mind. It feels nothing. The pain that purifies and prepares us for death has no effect on such creatures. Understanding that comes from the torment moment of death is forever denied to such creatures. I destroyed the animated lumps of flesh that were once my brothers and sisters in the order, but I could not truly kill them. The undead can never be given such release. What about the Lich? The Lich was destroyed, as were all its minions. We burned its lair, setting fire to the crypt, so that the dark magic might be cleansed from a sacred place of death. But even though we were ultimately victorious, the cost was terrible. The horror of the battle haunts me still, as does the fate of my fallen brothers and sisters from the Order. I'm sorry for what happened to the other monks. I thank you for your words, though I doubt you truly understand. You bring death and destruction, but you do not understand it as we of the Long Death. The true horror of what happened to my brothers and sisters is too terrible to comprehend, but I have vowed to free them from the torment of their undeath. How do you plan to do that?
Is there some...
Yeah, he's not ready. So basically, probably need to finish up the Neverwinter Woods too before he is finishing his story. At the same time, I think I know what he means. I think he wants a piece of an undead creature of some kind. I don't recall what the specifics of it are. There's something very specific about what the piece has. That's not important though. I think it's in the same crypt as where the Imaskaran Tome of Undead is. So a great graveyard where the wizard has been buried. We're not going to go there now though, because it's totally pointless as long as he's not going to continue on with his story anyway. Okay. We need to go and sell some crap. Buy a potion of lore or two. And then we'll head towards Neverwinter Woods.
Hey, I'll take.
When we move out of this area, if these items don't disappear or we don't have a use for them, I'll just dump them immediately. We're starting to have too much of this random crap. Well, there's one more thing we could do. We've killed one of the escaped prisoners, so we might as well report that. Probably give us a little bit of money and experience. Also, I'm not certain about this, but I think you have to actually find most of them before you can find them, before the boss sort of pops up. So
"'Tis good to see you again. Have you had any luck tracking down the bounties?"
I have one of the ears. The Sturgis ear. Aye, this indeed be markings that the men of Bulwark told me of. Congratulations, lad, you've done a service for us all. I'd be pleased to offer ye the bounty for it. Yeah, fine. 300 gold, 125 experience. So not a lot. And we're only 1,000 experience points away from the level up. Very good indeed. I still want the potion of lore. A few potions, in fact, if I can get them. You get so much low-level crap that it's a huge waste of money if you have to pay 100 gold for identifying
Well,
each
hello.
every piece.
Have you exciting news for me, or is this just a routine visit? Either way, I'm pleased to see you again.
I have some of the tomes. Tome of Fire. Well, the Tome of Fire. That will be a nice addition to my collection. Thank you very much, and now for your reward. 500 gold, 125 experience. Tome of Ice. Tome of Death. There's a good chance we'll get more lore potions from adventuring, so we don't want to buy too many of them. Any items that would be useful to us? Golden Circlet. Immunity to mind affecting spells. Holy shit, that is a must have. We don't have good helmets anyway. Mind affecting is the most troublesome thing for a warrior because you never have good resistance towards it. So immunity to it, yeah, that sounds slightly appealing. Okay. Definitely want to go for that. It requires 30,000. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. So we need to pull 10,000 gold out of our asses to get it, though. That's not easy. But we have at least one major area left and quite a few side missions. So I'm confident that the loot we get from them will amount to that 10,000. Yeah, I don't want to leave this area without the circlet. It's another one, another must-have item I would consider at this point. We didn't exactly explore the northern road either. Yeah, there's at least a guaranteed inn to be there. One of the escaped prisoners is there. I think the inn there also has some kind of a thing, similar to the gauntlet. Sort of a side quest thingy. I want to see if I can do one more thing. Visit the outlying farm. It's supposed to hold information about one of the boys who's turned into a werewolf. Since we're here, and we're sort of wrapped up the southern part, this is the only thing here that remains unfinished.
I greet you.
They refuse to talk to me. Ah. Oh, Earth, there's someone coming up. You look presentable, don't you, my boy? Okay. No, he's here.
No! Help!
Hi there.
Why have you come here? My parents told you to leave, didn't they? Did they also tell you how horrible this is? Can't you just leave me alone? Who are you? My name is Earth, and I've been infected with lycanthropy. That's why I'm hiding here, so no one has to see this. I have some silver charms. You use one. Why not just kill me outright? Why ask me to do it myself? I am here to kill you or cure you. You pick which I do. Though I always thought that I'd rather die fighting. I'm tired of fighting. Fine, give me your charm, and I shall die with hope. It worked! I can feel it. Thank you so much. Here, take my ring and bring it to Nurek so he knows I'm alright. That this ordeal is over, I think I need a vacation. It's a long one. Farewell and thank you. These are fairly pathetic for werewolves, I have to say. It's a big difference though that do you have a magical weapon or not.
I greet you.
You've done the three of us a fine favor, lad. I'd like you to have something that's been in our family a while. A chest of 150 gold. It's part of my inheritance, but I've been too scared to spend it. Now's as good a time as to be rid of it as any. Yeah. Thanks for the gold. May the winds be ever at your back, my friend. Oh, we got 7 points of good for just accepting the gold? What? Why? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just curious about why. The 7 points is quite a lot too. So you accepted a reward for doing what you were paid to do? whatever. I don't care, doesn't matter, 7 points is nothing, we're probably gonna lose anyway at some point. And it's not exactly like we're determined to avoid every point of good we could possibly avoid. Neverwinter Wood.